What's up everybody, it's Andy here and welcome to my Game Week 5 review, a weekly FPL video where I take you through my team for the previous week, how it went, kind of where I'm standing in the rankings, and what I think of the players I've got going forward. So this will be also a mini look ahead towards Game Week 6 and whether I'm looking at transferring out my players. Now, the title of the video was mistakes were made, and yes they were made. If you've watched my videos you'll see what, or you would have seen what transfers I made last week. So I'm going to go through them, let you know how badly off I am because of them and whether I regret it. So let's just jump straight into it and we'll take a look at my team for the last week and how it did in Game Week 5. So I scored 55 points this week. I took a 4-point hit, so net points is 51. My rankings basically dropped from 376,000, which is roughly what I was before Game Week 5, to now 829,000, which is a really poor drop in rank. I have been saying that I've not been too worried about rank, and I'm still not. I still feel like one good game week will get me really high up the ranks. Obviously, people at the top have been using like triple captain, bench boost and stuff like that, which is boosting them up right now, but it's not going to help them towards the end of the season. So I'd expect to overtake most people like that before the end of the season, but still, 829k is not good. Game week 1 is my best overall rank of the season, and it's basically just dropped since then, and that's a really weird situation for me because usually I start off badly and then I have to get better and better and better as the season goes on. So I'm usually used to chasing, whereas now I've started off badly, started off not great, and it's getting worse. So now I've got to claw that back. And my transfer last week was taking out Lukaku. It hasn't gone well, but let's just go through the team one by one, and I'll go through what happened. So Elliott and Foster was pretty close for me. I tweeted out close to the deadline that I actually swapped from having Foster to putting Elliott in. I had a look at some of the stats and thought that maybe Newcastle was slightly better, or slightly more favourites to keep the clean sheet. There really was nothing in it, so maybe I should have just stuck to my guns with Foster. But I swapped to Elliott. There's only a 2-point difference in the end because Elliott got a few save points, or one save point, and Foster got a yellow card. So the difference was only 2 in the end, so it's not the end of the world. Then in defence, Sutler and Daniels played in the Friday game. Daniels looked really good, I thought, going forward. I wouldn't have been shocked to get attacking returns from him. I wouldn't say he was unlucky not to get them. He didn't really set up any major chances, but even Jamie Carragher said, I think Carragher was on commentary, he said at one point that Daniels was their best attacking threat going forward, and it wasn't disrespectful to say that, look, they should have better attackers. It was just to say that they were attacking well, and Daniels was kind of at the heart of it. So I kept him for Brighton at home. That should have been a good result. It wasn't. Bournemouth fixtures don't get much better, to be honest, at this point. In fact, they probably get a bit worse. Well, they do get worse than Brighton at home. So I'm looking to offload Daniels. Maybe this week, maybe the week after. I'll decide that in the preview. Phil Jones, Harry Maguire are 2 options. Maybe downgrade into like a 4.5 million Burnley defender. I don't know yet, but he's one I'm looking to get rid of. Sutner, Brighton have conceded. I don't think Brighton are going to score many goals. I think the 3 goals against West Brom was a bit of a fluke. So I'm backing them to try and defend, to shut teams out. And I don't know if they've got the capabilities to do it. They're probably going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. Sutner, 4.5 million. It's, you know what I mean? It's not it's not a huge issue to keep him, but for 4.5 million, I think I can get better options. Like I say, like a Burnley defender. So maybe I'll upgrade Daniels to Jones and do Sutner to Stephen Ward at Burnley or Ben Mee, someone like that. So we'll see about them. I don't know if I'll change them this week because Sutner's got an okay fixture, Newcastle at home, but going forward they'll definitely go, especially if I have a wild card soon. And Norton is really funny. I bought in Ben Davies for a hit for Bertrand. That was obviously a big mistake. Bertrand got the clean sheet, 6 points. Davies didn't even play, but I got Norton off the bench. Obviously, Norton's got nice fixtures coming up, but I didn't want to play him against Spurs. I thought Spurs would smash them. Didn't happen. Norton got the clean sheet. He came on. I'm happy about that, but not happy that Davies didn't play. I think Davies could have got not only defensive returns, but also attacking returns, and probably bonus if he played. He's actually got a knock, which we didn't know in the press conference. Really annoying, to be honest, that Pochettino didn't even mention it. Now, I'd already transferred him in, so it wouldn't have mattered. In fact, it would have probably made my weekend worse, knowing that he was injured and I could have waited on the transfer. But I've got him in now. I'm hoping he'll play next weekend. We'll have to see how it goes. If not, I've got the money to upgrade to Kolasinac. But for now, I'm going to keep Davies. Spurs have got a decent run of fixtures. I think they're going to get clean sheets. Moving into midfield, only one of my starting 4 didn't get me points, which was Eriksen. Now, I haven't seen the Spurs match. I know Kane was probably unlucky to not getting the points. I just think Eriksen's good value for money. I think Spurs are still going to do well, especially in the away games. We'll have to see how they do at Wembley. The jury's still out on that. They beat Dortmund 3-1, which is nice. But they obviously haven't done it against Swansea, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Eriksen 3 points, clean sheet basically. Nothing else. Bit disappointed, but keeping him in my team for now. And Salah and Mkhitaryan, probably my 2 favourite picks from Game Week 1, maybe even Atsu actually. But Salah, basically, He got hauled off on 45 minutes because of the Mane red card. He missed one game just due to getting a rest, but the other 3 games he's got 3 double-figure hauls, which was really impressive. He could have even had an assist for a penalty that should have been given if obviously the penalty had been converted. So he's looking really good. The points are still coming. He's getting into good positions now. Got 3 goals this season, so I'm really happy with him. And Mkhitaryan, to be fair, I watched the Man United game. He didn't play great. At times he looked like he was playing at a walking pace, but he finally got his goal to go with his assists. He is still creating. He's on corners. It's going to help. We're looking better at least this year, Man United on corners, for kind of attacking potential. So I'm happy with Mkhitaryan. I got him at 8 million. I've got no reason to get rid. Yes, Man United's fixtures get worse around game week 8. I have to consider maybe getting rid of him. But for now, for 8 million, gone up to what, 8.4 now? I think that's really good value. Hopefully with Pogba, he can keep getting in the box and keep getting the goals. It was a really nice assist from Lukaku, to be fair. And then Atsu, I titled a video not too long ago, a stream called Awesome Atsu after his assist. And now he's got his goal. Now, it was 1 goal from 1 shot on target. Obviously, he's not going to keep scoring goals. But if he can keep chipping in with attacking returns every now and again, and he's great, he's a great value player at £5 million. He's now on 4 points per game. That includes 1 game where he came on for 1 point because he missed it because of an international break. 4 points per game for a £5 million. Let's say you had a £10 million player that was getting 8 points per game, double basically the price, double the points. You'd almost class that player as essential. Now, I'm not saying Atsu is essential. What I'm saying is he's great value, and there's absolutely no need for me to get rid of him. I've had so many people telling me I should use free transfer on him when he's getting 4 points per game. Why would I do that? I don't know. And I had a stream tonight where I kept answering that. I'm not going to keep talking about Atsu because I know it probably annoys people, but you don't get much better than a 5 million neighbour. He's letting me have those 6 other players basically for 5 million. So I'm definitely keeping him. Really happy with him. He doesn't need to get attacking returns now for the next couple of games. Maybe he gets another assist in 3 or 4 games. That's still okay with me. I don't want to keep swapping him around. It's a waste of a transfer, I think, to try and get the points from the 5.5 million, £6 million players. There's no one really that's outshining everyone else. Richie looks good, but again, he's in the same team for $1 million more. So I'm going to keep Atsu. That's all I'm going to say on that. I've already said too much, basically. But yeah, Atsu, great. Going to keep him. Up front, I did Lukaku and Gabbiadini to Jesus and Firmino. That's basically, I've missed out on 5 points there. I wouldn't have captained Lukaku anyway. I would have captained Kane. So captaincy-wise, it's kind of screwed me over. Firmino, we'll have to see how he does. I knew it was a risk bringing him against Burnley. Liverpool don't tend to do too well there. Plus, Mane's out. I knew that was a risk, but I'm hoping that in the next game he goes back through the middle. Sturridge gets benched. Coutinho plays on the left, and they go with the same kind of central midfield-ish players they've used the rest of the season. So I think Firmino's better down the middle than on the left. So we'll see how that goes. In the long run, I still think this is the better combo, but we'll have to see. Jesus, 1 goal, great. Brought him in, gets a goal, perfect. Problem is, he keeps getting taken off between 60 and 70 minutes. Doesn't look like that's going to stop. Plus, in a 6-0 win, he only gets 1 goal. It's not good enough. Aguero got 3 goals and a hat-trick and an assist. That's more like what I want to see. We never really talk too much about assists for forwards, but that's kind of where they start racking up the really big points. So it's great that a striker will score 20 goals, but from an FPL point of view, if they can chip in with assists here and there, that really adds value to their... basically adds value to them. It kind of tops up their points. And maybe in the old game where they don't score a goal, they can just get an assist, which is only worth 1 less anyway to a striker. Obviously, they don't get as good bonus points for him. But yeah, I think Jesus, I'm obviously going to keep him. He's 1 million less than Aguero, that is to be said. He was outscoring him until this week, so maybe he'll get the returns this week. I'm happy enough to own him for Crystal Palace at home, but a bit disappointed he couldn't capitalise this week against Watford. But it is what it is. Getting rid of Lukaku was a mistake. And then Kane, captain. Basically, I'm a captain away from getting a good week this week. If Kane scores 1 goal and gets a couple of bonus, then I'm like 10, 15 points more. I'm probably looking at a green arrow then. I don't think it's not strictly getting rid of Lukaku that's hurt me this week. It's not having a good captain. Obviously, a lot of those Lukaku owners also captained him, which is what's really helped them. So, Kane, I'm going to keep him. I suppose the key question this week is, should you get rid of him for Aguero? I'm not so sure about that. Aguero has Chelsea away after Palace at home. Obviously, he's rising in price, which is nice. But I'm going to keep Kane. They got an away game against West Ham. I think they can do well there. Maybe I'm clutching at straws at this point. He's not scored in 4 out of 5 games. Not got an assist there or anything. So it is a bit worrying. He's the most expensive player in the game. I did tweet earlier in the season that we would have to consider his value. I've basically done without Lukaku and got burnt. So I'm worried about doing it with Kane as well. But we'll see how it goes. Bench I won't talk about too much. I've mostly mentioned those players. So yeah, that's my week. 55 points, -4, not great. We'll see how it goes in the preview. I'll let you know what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to make any transfers this week, but just to be sure, check in on the preview. But for now, I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to hopefully bring up the Let's Talk FPL League. So I have basically fallen to 431st place, which is awful, 55 points. At the top, people are actually storming it. I've got about 270 points. Person at the top's got 334, which is really impressive. That is Ray Kimini. Sorry if I butchered your name. I do apologise. I'm awful with pronunciation. There's 73 points this week, which is awesome. Obviously, I guarantee you had Lukaku. 334 points, followed closely by Jeffrey Holt, who was always in the stream, so I appreciate you tuning in. And if the other guys are in the stream and I've just missed your names, I do apologise. Make sure you let me know in the streams. Next one will be Thursday. Yeah, Jeffrey Holt, 1 point behind. Excellent week as well, 73 points. Very close at the top. 334 is the top, and then 10th place is 322, so only 12 points in it. So Ray's looking good right now. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that... I'm not hoping that Lukaku blanks, so I want Man United to do well, but I'm just hoping that Kane and Jesus and Firmino can outscore him soon, so I can start coming up these ranks. 431st is not good enough. I want to finish in at least the top 10 of my own league, but there is some stiff competition. So if you're not already in the league, there's a code in the description below which will let you in. I'm going to probably lock it soon. A few people have asked me to do that. Maybe around Game Week 7, Game Week 8, we'll lock it. But yeah, Ray, keep it up. Jeff, keep it up, and we'll keep track of you, how you're doing every week. But I'm going to leave it there. That's been my week. It's been a poor one, but I still wanted to show up and let you know how badly I've done. Let me know in the comments below just how bad I've done, how much worse you think it could have been, how stupid I was to get rid of Lukaku. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Don't comment about that, so I'm keeping him. He's a great player, and you should get him too. Other than that, if you've enjoyed it, appreciate a thumbs up. As always, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so that you know when videos are going live and also when I'm streaming. I've just done a stream. Tonight you're going to see this video on Monday night, so it would have been on Sunday. I'll stream again on Thursday. Basically, I answer your questions from the chat. There's no pre-submit questions or anything like that, so I just answer your questions from the chat. We talk about the big news, my opinions on it, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, we go from there. And then there'll be a preview later in the week, which will be a shorter video to let you know what transfers and captain and stuff I'm picking. So we'll go through that later in the week. But yeah, from here, I'm going to leave it there. Like, comment, share, tweet, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. See you later.